working on three-digit addition and subtraction. Today, you will practice addition and subtraction, and we'll talk a little bit more about the relationship between these two operations. Here we have all of the strategies that we reviewed in this unit on addition and subtraction, as well as all of the places that we need to be mindful of when we solve. Here is something really special about addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction are opposites. This is important because you can use this knowledge to help you double check your work. You've really been working on addition and subtraction since kindergarten, or maybe even before that when you learned about numbers and how to count. Let's take a look at how addition and subtraction are opposites. I'm going to start with a very simple problem. 5 plus 2 equals something. You all know the answer to this because you guys are mental math experts, but we're just going to start with some smaller numbers so that we can see how addition and subtraction are related. So I have 5 counters plus 2 more counters. When I count up all those counters together, I find that 5 plus 2 equals 7. Now I can use subtraction to work backwards and double check to make sure that 7 is the correct answer. To work backwards, I flip the problem around. So I start with the total, 7, and I subtract one of the addends or partners. You could do 7 minus 5 equals 2 to double check this work, or 7 minus 2 equals 5 to double check this work. Either way, you will see if our work is correct. When I draw 7 counters and I take away 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I find out that it does equal 2, which means that our original math in our addition problem was correct. 5 plus 2 equals 7. This might remind you of our fact families. This is why fact families work. They have the same 3 numbers because the partners equal the total, and the total minus one partner equals the other partner. We can use this same knowledge with even bigger numbers. And we can work backwards from subtraction to addition. It doesn't always have to be addition first. So here I have a subtraction problem, 45 minus 21. I drew out 4 10 sticks and 5 ones, and now I'll subtract 21. I'll take away 1 1 and 2 10s. I find that 45 minus 21 equals 24. I can use addition to double check this work by adding the partners and seeing if I get the same total, 45. I flipped it around, 24 plus 21 equals 45. I wrote it out vertically like this. I start in the ones place, 4 plus 1 equals 5, and 2 plus 2 equals 4. So I found that I was correct. 24 plus 21 equals 45. 45 minus 21 equals 24. Again, addition and subtraction are opposites. You can flip them around to double check your work. We can do the same thing with 3-digit numbers. Today, your work will look like this. On one side, you'll have your numbers that you're either adding or subtracting, and then you'll see a check mark. The check mark is where you'll do your double check. So here, first I'm adding. Pay attention to that operation. I see a plus sign, so the first thing I'm going to do is addition. That means I'll double check using subtraction. For some of the problems, you might see this. The problem might be a subtraction problem, which means first you'll subtract, and then you'll double check by using addition. It'll look something like this. You'll start by adding the numbers, so I have 9 plus 2 equals 11, which means 1 1 and 1 10. 4 plus 1 plus 7, I get 12, which means 2 leftover 10s, and I bundle 10 10s to make 100. 1 plus 3 plus 2, I get 600s. 621. Now I'm going to use subtraction to double check this. I write out the problem vertically. 621 is the number I must start with because that's my total. That would be what's at the top of my math mountain. I can subtract either of the partners to check. Here I decided I was going to subtract 342, which means if my math in my first problem is correct, I will get 279 as my answer. Let's see if this equals 279. I'm starting in the ones place and I have more on the floor, so I need to go next door to the tens place. I borrow 110 from the tens place and I'm turning it into 10 ones. 10 ones plus 1 1 equals 11 ones. 11 ones minus 2 ones equals 9 ones. Now I'm looking at the tens place. Again, I have more on the floor, so I have to go next door. I'm going to leave 5 hundreds in the hundreds place and take 100 and move it to the tens place. 100 is the same as 10 tens. 10 tens plus 1 10 equals 11 tens. 11 minus 4 equals 7. 5 minus 3 equals 2. My answer does match. I have both partners and the total here. I was correct. This is how you will double check all of your work today. Make sure you pay close attention to the operation and make sure you're flipping it around to solve and check.